Following on from our last video, we created the inventory system basics, which got the container opening and closing with E. Just quickly, I want to go into the player script, and in here I want to basically just copy this and change that from E to escape, and we need to check if the inventory is, just get rid of this and get rid of that exclamation mark. If it is open, then we'll pretty much just close it, so we can use escape to actually close the currently open container as well. So E open, E close, and E open, escape close. Right. Now we're going to create the slots and get them to actually draw in the scene. So go to inventory system, want to right click, create new C# script, and I'm going to call this slot. Oh, excuse me. And wait for that to open in C#. Visual Studio, sorry. Inventory system slot. So in here, this actually derives from money behavior, but we do not want an update in the start. So in here, what we want to do is we're using the Unity Ui Namespace and the Unity Event Systems namespace. So first, we want a few variables. So a public image item icon, public text item amount, and then we want a private integer slot ID. Now we want private item stack my stack, private container attached container, and we can also get a reference to the inventory manager as well, so we're not constantly calling instance. So every time you use inventory manager.instance, it actually has to go into the scene and find that, and we're basically calling it's similar to, say, using the get component over and over again, which is something we don't want to do. So now we want to create a void, so public void set slot, and then we want a public void update slot, and let's see, that is everything for now. So in the set slot method, what we want is pass in an inventory, and that is attached inventory. Then we want to pass in an int slot ID and a container attached container. I'll spell that wrong. Container. There we go. Now we want to pass in the this dot slot ID is equal to slot ID. So this here. So this is this, and this one is getting this. So now attached container. Sorry, this dot attached. Hello. Oh, two T's and all, didn't I? Attached container. Is that wrong? That is wrong because I spelled that wrong. There we go. Now we can do my stack is equal to attached inventory that get stacking slot ID, and the inventory manager is equal to inventory manager instance. Then from here we'll just call update slot. Now in update slot, what we want, firstly we want to check if the slot is empty. So if my stack is empty, no, sorry, we want to check if the slot is not empty. So we're going to say item icon.enabled, it's false. No, true, because then that sets it to here. Then item icon.sprite is equal to my stack.get hello item icon. Then if my stack.get count is more than 1, meaning there's not just one of the item, then we want to show the text. So item amount.text is equal to myStack.getCount.toString. Else, if there's only one of the item or 0, then what we want to do is set the item amount.text to an empty string. So we don't want to show that there's only one of the item. We know there's only one of the item because the item's in the slot. Now, if there's more than one, then obviously we'll want a representation. So obviously we'll set it to show a string in this case. And then obviously if the string is empty, then what we want to do is simply just set the string to empty, and we want to disable the icon, so that'll be false. And that should be it. Yeah, rest of that. Now what we need to do is go into container, hello? Oh, my bad. Yeah, the way is loaded. Right. Next, we want another method, public void add slot to container. And this needs to be passing a few things. Inventory, in slot ID, the float X and the float Y. And then in slot size. So inside here, what we want to do is we need to wait to get the actual slot first. So what we want to do is go into the inventory manager at the top, public game object slot prefab. Now go back to container. In here we can say game object slot is equal to instantiate object.instantiate, and this is going to be inventory manager.instance.slot prefab, and there we go. So slot, what do I call this? Because the let's see, let's rename this to spawned slot, and we're going to say slot is equal to spawn slot, spawned slot get component slot. Done. Now what we want to say is slot.set slot inventory slot ID and this. So that would be the attached inventory, the slot ID, and the container that we're calling from, which will be this. Now we can say, let's see. First off, we want to get a reference to the rect transform. So rect transform slot RT is equal to slot.get component rect transform. Now down here we can say spawned slot.transform.set parent is equal to container prefab spawned container prefab transform. Now we can reset the size and all the pivots. So let's see. Slot RT dot anchored position is equal to new vector2, and that will be passing the X and the Y. Next one, slot RT dot transform, size delta is equal to new vector2, and that will be passing slot, I suppose actually, just do vector2 dot 1 times slot size. So for example, say that's 50 and a 50. That's 1 by 1. And then obviously we're timesing that by the slot size, in this case is 50. That will then equal 50 by 50. Like so. It's better than typing out new vector2 50 50, or in this case slot size X, yada yada. Now we can say, why are we setting the transform? Parent this one. Spawn.slot.transform.set as, so that's first, I first. Move the transform to the end of the local transform list. Yep, that's what we want. Now we want to get a reference to all the slots in here. So private list, get rid of that. Slots equal new list slots, and now down here we can say slots.add slot. Good. Now let's create a new method. In this case we'll call it public void update slots, and we'll say for each slot in slots, we can say slot.update update slot, which coincidentally also gets spawned from the thing. Well, that'll be when we're passing. Nope, sorry, when we're dragging the items to and from and placing them in and out. So now what we want to do is. Actually, no, I think that's the slots done. So let's just try something here. Hang on. Let's go here. We're going to actually need to create our slot prefab. Let's see what we're going to do in slot ID, slot. The assign values used. Yeah, no, they come after. Right, anyway. Let's see. Let's drag our player inventory into our inventory manager. Let's create a new image. In this case, I want my slots to be 50 by 50. And they will have that as the slot ID. As the slot texture. So now what I'm going to do is rename that to slot. Add the component slot to this. I'm going to right click, create an image as a child. Let's set that to resize to the slot, and then obviously we're going to like 5, 5, 5, 5 to get a nice round shape. And we're going to need to give this a dummy icon. So in this case, I'm just going to add the images that I made for the what I made previously. So bear with me 1 second. Let me just get the item icons. X, cola. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I wanted a can of cola. I originally was going to make a tin of beans, but it just looked more like a tin. Sorry, a can. Look at that. Just looks like a can. Right. Anyway, for this example, let's just use a sword. So that looks a bit too big. So I'm going to say 10, 10, 10, 10. Is that too big? No, that looks fine. So now, rename that to slot icon. Let's get a new one. Make this text. Reset that transform. Say 5. Actually, no, we can do 5. No, 3, 3, 3, 3. And if we say down here we want this to go into the bottom right corner, we can do. Let's say that's got 1 in it. We can do 20. Now, let's make that white. Align by geometry so it looks crap. Hello. Is that look better? Yeah, that looks better. Now, let's give this a quick outline. Make that black. Is that look better? 1. 25. What's on the colour? Is that look better? Yeah, that looks better. Right, and that is the slot amount. Now, we're passing that into there, that into there, and that is our slot prefab completed. Now I want to drag it into the widgets folder we created in the prefabs of the inventory system, which we created in the first episode. So we can just now, if I imagine all my pivots as the top right of the here, so I can set this to 30. And that's a minus 30. And then, how many do I want across? Let's see. 6. Okay. So, let's get rid of those. That, and that. We basically just want the slots going down here. So I'll have 3 rows of 6. So, let's go to here, and now finally in our container player inventory we can call add slot to container. In this case we can do or in indexer, not what that is, int I equals 0, I is less than 6 is what we want in a row. Then we can do this, and we say add slot to container, and then we can inventory slot ID X, Y, slot size. So in this case it's a player inventory slot, so we can say player inventory, and the slot ID will be I and X. And if you look up here, 30 by minus 30, so we can say 30 plus brackets. How big is our slot? It's 50. So we can now do 50 times I. And in the Y will just be minus 30 and the slot size is 50. So that will now add our first row of 6 here. So what we can do is add our next row, which starts at 80. come on, 80 and 130. So we'll just simply copy and paste this. This one wants to start at -80 and this one will start at -30. So now we can change the slot ID. So this would be, so if the first row went to 6, we could say 6 plus I, and this one we could say 12 plus I. And that should be all the slots done. That should now instantiate the slots onto our player inventory. So if we're back out of here, we don't need to do anything to that. Our slot, yeah, inventory manager, we need to drag our slot prefab into there. And let's just see if this is done correctly. So if I press E, object reference not set to an instance of an object. Let's have a gander. My stack equal attached to inventory to get stack in slot. Oh. Yes, right. Now I'm going to show you how to create the inventory. So if we open up our player, at the top we need a private inventory. My inventory is equal to new inventory. In this case, there's 18 slots, so I'll say 18. And now what I need to do is pass in into the second one, which is, remember, for the player. If you highlight over container, you could say, if you look where it says container inventory and player inventory, that's what we need as the second one. So now we shouldn't get that. So now if we press E, all the slots appear. But we need to select the slot. Select the slot pivot. There is an easy way to go about doing this. So if you show container and drag the player into there, and go to widgets, see the pivot set to the center of this. So what we can do is, see now if I do 30, that's wrong. 30 and -30 brings it down here, whereas we actually want it up here. So if I change the slot pivot to, is that right? Or have I just done that the completely wrong way around? 1, 0. I'll just do that. 0, 1. Right, so 30 -30. Alternatively, we could set the pivot in the slot script. In the container where we spawn it. So if we do slot RT, that's down here, slot RT dot, before we're actually setting the position, slot RT dot pivot is equal to new vector 2, that is 0 and a 1. That now sets it to the correct position. That's just for temporary testing. So if we look at the slot prefab, the pivot's set to 0.5, 0.5. Now what should happen is it spawns in the correct place where we want it to. God damn it. Now it's setting the pivot, but why are you going down there? What is happening here? Why are you doing that? Let me just have a quick look at this. So we're setting the pivot, setting the anchored position. I suppose what we could do is force it in here as well. So if I set that to a 0 and that to a 1, would that work? No. What? Am I going to have to do that? And now the sizes are not being... Right, that is a problem with spawning. Okay, so what you want to do is slot RT dot scale is equal to vector 3.1. That transforms the scale back to 1. I don't know why it instantiates without... See, the scale in here is 1, but the one in the... Just delete that. Open that, and there's our proper slots and their actual sizes all in the same position. Now, let's look at a way we could do this. If I pause that and I do this, create that slot there. Now if I drag this in, that's in the middle. Yes. Why was spawning down there? Anyway. 1, 1, 1. So we want this to spawn in the top right. So in this case it's minus 125 and 70. So what we can do in here is if we get rid of the pivot and we go to container here and we can do, let's see, what do we say, minus 125 in the X. So that is minus 125 and the Y is 70. No, minus. Right. We're getting somewhere. Now if I drag this down a bit, that is minus 125 in the X and 20. Okay. And I suppose that would be minus 125 as well. So this one, what did we say that one was? 20. So get rid of that, 20. And this one, 30. Well, minus 30, sorry. So minus 30. So now if we save that, get rid of that, delete this. Actually get rid of that. Now if we reset this back to the center, now the slots should show in now the slots should show in their now the slots should show in their correct position, as you can see. Now we need to get them to update by adding items. So into prefab's inventory system, if we right click and create a new folder called items, here we can create a couple of items. So I say item, I'll call this one sword, and then that sword, that'll have a stack size of 1, that'll take the image, yay, sword. So now we'll do another one, call this cola. Cola. If we give this a stack size of, let's say, 30. So now in player, go here, just for the time being we can say public item array items to add, and inside start, hello, start, for each item in items to add, we can say my inventory to add new item stack. We'll pass in the item and we'll give it 1. So let us see. This is now items to add. So now we can just drag in, I want sword to go first, I don't know why, and cola. So now if you open the inventory, boom! Sword and a cola. Put them on. So if I change it to 50, which will add 49 colas, now remember I only have a stack size of 30, so this should now show 130 and 1 is 19, which equals to 49. Smart. So let's add some functionality to our slots. So we use the event systems. We added the event system namespace. Yeah. So now we can say using iPhone. No, iPointer down handler. And now this will create a method down here. No, it won't. We create it at the top. But I don't want it there. I want it down here. So I'm going to create another method first. So we'll private void on left click and private void on right click. Done, done, done. So we'll say if event data.pointer ID pointer ID equal -1, and that's on left click. So we'll just copy and paste this, go down here, change that to a 2, and that will be on right click. But first, we need to add a way of updating a dragged item stack. So if we go to inventory manager, let me see. Yes. In here we'll say private item stack current dragged item. That seems a bit long. Dragged stackle. I'll just equal that to a new item stack.empty. Did I not? No, I haven't. Okay, so if we go into the item stack at the top, we can say public static item stack is equal to, call that empty, is equal to new item stack. Whenever we call this empty, it'll just create a basic item stack with nothing in it, which we can call here like so. Item stack.empty. Now what we want is private game object. This will be spawned drag stack. Yeah. You can also create a new script when this is loaded. Hello? Okay, go to scripts, inventory system, and in here we want to create a new script, and we're going to call this the dragged item stack. We open that. Inside here, we want to close these. I think we might need those actually. Yes, so public. Actually, no, sorry. We want to use the Unity UI namespace at the top as well, so we actually use the item instead. So public image item icon public text item. Sorry, amount. That was better. Actually, no, we want to be calling this from another thing. So if I do private item stack, call this my stack is equal to a new. No, it's not. It's equal to item stack.empty that we created. So now we do a public void set dragged stack. And inside here we can do item stack in. So in here we can do my stack is equal to stack in. Now we can do another method. Private void draw stack. This is pretty much the same as what we did in our slot. So if we go up to in slot where we did the update slot, we can basically just copy and paste this inside here. Yep. Now we want private void disable drag stack, and we can do that. And private void update draw stack and transform that position is equal to input dot mouse position. Does that look right? Yes. Yes it does. That does look right. Okay. Suppose then we could just disable it as well, so if we get rid of, we just call disable instead. And oh no, sorry, no, we need that. Right, now in if I go back to our inventory manager, we can say I need a start method, private dragged item stack, drag stack, and in here we can do drag stack is equal to get component in children drag item stack, like so. Now we're going to need a few more methods for get dragged stack and set dragged item stack. So now we're going to need two more methods. One, public item stack, and this is a way to get the currently dragged stack. So we can say get dragged item stack, and we can just return the current dragged item stack. Now we want to create another method, public void set dragged item stack, and this will take item stack passed in. So in here we can say drag stack dot set drag stack drag stack is equal to stack in. There is an easy way of going about this. We can just simply copy and paste this out here, paste that in there, and then in here we can just pass that in there. But it seems easy to just do that. Now, back in the slot, in here, where we're actually getting this, Let me see. If the attached container can no. For the time being, we can just do this because we don't actually have a hotbar in it, and that's something I want to show later. So if we do an item stack, drag stack, and that'll be inventory manager dot get dragged item stack, and in here we can do item stack copy, and that'll be equal to this stack that's copied. So now on left click method we can do if my stack is empty, if the stack in this is not empty, and the we actually need to pass those in here. So if I do item stack drag stack and item stack copy, we can pass that in there like so, and I didn't actually copy that, and then we can do stack copy in there too. So if this stack is empty and the drag stack is, if this stack is not empty and the currently dragged item is empty, we can now say inventory manager dot set drag stack is equal to stack copy, and this dot set, actually we need a way to set this stack. So if we go here, actually sorry about that, get rid of that. We need a private void set slot content. This will take an item stack and that'll be stack in. So inside here we can say my stack dot set stack is equal to stack in, and then we just simply need to update this slot. So now down here we can say this dot set slot content is equal to item stack dot empty, and that's that. So now what we can also do, need to do something else. This is, once we click on the slot and it has an item, we're now setting that to the currently dragged item, and this slot is now empty. So now we need to reverse that. So if my stack dot is empty and drag stack dot is not empty, we can now reverse this by simply saying this dot set slot content is equal to drag stack, and now we need to inventory manager dot set drag stack is equal to item stack dot empty. Done. Now what we can do is say if my stack is empty, if this stack isn't empty and the current dragged item is not empty, so they both have items, we can say if item stack dot r items equal slot stack slot copy slot contents stack copy and the current dragged stack, if they're equal, now we can say if slot copy stack copy dot can add to dragged items and get count. If we can add the amount to the slot, now we can say stack copy dot grow increase drag item dot get count, and then we want to this dot set slot contents is equal to the copied stack we've just increased. So now we want to reset the drag item. So inventory manager dot set drag item is equal to item stack dot empty. Done. Now if we can't add these to the item, what we could say is int difference is equal to the stack copy.getCount plus the cur.dragStack.getCount, and then what we want to do is take away the stack copy.getItem.max stack size. So for example, say this stack has 45 and the current drag stack has 6 and the maximum stack size is 50. This, we'll add those together, so that would be 51. Then we'll take away 50, which leaves 1, which 1 will be the distance. So what we can do is say this dot set slot. This dot set slot. Oh no. This dot. No, I'm doing that completely wrong. Stack copy dot set count is equal to my stack dot get item, that's count, item dot max stack size. And then we can copy the dragged item stack drag copy is equal to drag stack dot copy. We want to set the drag copy count to difference, and then we can say this dot set slot content to stack copy inventory manager dot set drag item stack to the drag copy, and that's that. Now we can just see if that works by simply just playing the scene, which we created in the last episode. So let's see, press E, click on that. Ah, we haven't actually created our dragged item. So what we can do is go to containers. We're dragging our... No, we don't actually need that. We're dragging a slot to the inventory manager. If we go down here, we can actually get rid of the image like so, and this, then we get rid of the slot, and we can replace that with the dragged item stack. So in here we can drag in our slot icon, our slot amount, rename this to dragged item, yep. And also we need to add a component, a canvas group. We need to set the interactable and blocks raycast to not checked, and game object break prefab instance. Now that should be fine. What I can just do now is, what I need to do is uncheck that and set that to nothing. So now we cannot see it. Now we should be able to select. There we go. Like so. But it's actually rendering behind the spawned container. So what we can do is simply just go to container, find where we're instantiating the prefab, like so. I'm going to just say spawned container prefab.transform.set as first sibling. That way, the drag stack is always drawn over the top. So let's see. Click that, we'll be able to drag it around. Click on that slot, that's fine. Now if I click on this one, that should click it there. So now what we need to do is a way to swap them around, which I believe I already did. Let me see. If this stack is empty and if this stack is not empty and that stack is not empty, we are checking if the items are equal. Oh, else. Now what we need to do is say item stack cur drag copy is equal to cur drag item stack dot copy. Then we need to this dot set slot contents cur drag copy. Cur drag copy. Cur drag stack, I don't know. There we go. Like so. Set slot contents is set to the cur drag stack. So now inventory manager, that needs to be a lowercase, dot set dragged item stack, this needs to be slot copy, stack copied, And that should be that. So now if we go back to play, we'll play the scene, wait for it to compile. Should now see that we can swap items, like so. Now, let's work on the right click. So if I get this, what I need to do is copy these into here like so. I'm going to do that as well. Now, we need to work out what to do for the right click. So, if my stack dot is empty, and the drag stack dot is empty, then what we can say is item stack is equal to slot stack copy dot split stack, and what we want to do in here is brackets slot stack copy dot get count divided by 2. And in here we can say inventory manager dot set dragged to that stack we've just split. And now we'll say this dot set slot contents is equal to slot copy stack copy, and that should be that. Now we can say if my stack dot if the slot is empty and the current drag stack is not, we'll say this dot set slot contents is equal to new item stack. What we've done there is sci empty, pass into new item stack. In here we can say dragged item stack dot get item, and that'll give it a 1. And then we want item stack drag copy is equal to drag stack dot copy drag copy drag stack dot decrease by 1, and then inventory manager. Why are we copying that? What have I just done? I don't need to copy that. Because no, I do need to copy that. And we'll say drag stack dot decrease and inventory manager dot set drag stack to the drag copy. And that should be that. Now what we need, if my stack dot is empty, so if the slot is not empty and the drag stack is not empty, we can say if item stack dot our items equal, so stack copy comma drag copy. We say if my stack dot can add 2, which will just be a 1, we can say item stack, no we can't, there we go, new stack equal stack, so we're copying the copied stack. So we'll say new stack dot increase 1 this dot set slot contents. We don't actually need to copy that, we can just say, where can we say, we need to get the stack copy and increase that by 1, and this dot set slot contents is equal to stack copy. So now we need to item stack drag copy is equal to drag dot copy, and in here we can say drag copy dot decrease, and that'll be by 1. What does that happen then? There we go. Then we can say inventory there dot set dragged to the drag copy. Done. Now that should have added the ability to right click when we're dragging the stack. So let's see. Currently dragging this stack of 30 with a right click. Yep, there we go. And we can place these on top of each other like so. And now we can also see if I right click this stack that has 30, we should see both have 15, and like so. And if we just add these all back together, we should all see that that says 30. There we go. Now, judging by the length of time this episode has taken, I'm going to wait and do the tooltip in the next episode. And I will also show you how to do a hotbar as well. So, until then, there you go.